Sorry about that, guys. My phone completely ruined the whole video, so now I guess I gotta try to redo it. As I was saying before, my phone randomly went out of the video and just stopped it. We're gonna try to find ourselves we're gonna try to find ourselves like a little a bait crate, like a loot crate, and apparently there's not one here. It's just kind of strange because one of them is right here, and apparently it's right there. And then if you sit on the stairwell, or like on the stairs right here, like just like this, and then right as the cops spawn, just do this, and then gun it, and the cops will actually fly, and they'll actually do like a front flip, and then they'll wreck their car. It's actually pretty hilarious. It's actually a pretty good comedy. It's actually a pretty good prank and whatnot. So since we can't find a bait crate, let's do some funny pursuits or whatever until we can find a bait crate, until one decides to spawn. Or we can, there's a casino right here, very nice casino. I think this is supposed to be the Hilton, I believe. Or according to the, I mean, I've been to Vegas before. It's a very awesome place, but it was really busy that night, but it was cool. It was a very amazing experience that because my first time to Vegas was actually, we had to go to like something important or whatever and whatnot, and we got invited to a wedding or whatever. And apparently we went to Las Vegas, Nevada. We spent the night in the Monte Carlo Hotel. Which actually, if I remember correctly, one of the rooms of the Monte Carlo actually caught fire. And actually, I think it was the 4th or the 60th floor or something like that. A bedroom, for some reason, caught fire and caused some damage to the hotel. But I think they got it fixed right now, so. It was a really nice, the first step I took into the lobby of the hotel, you know, you have the gorgeous, humongous, like, diamond chandeliers that are hanging from the ceiling. You got legit just gorgeous marble flooring, and it's literally so shiny you could even see your reflection, and it was that amazing. And then of course it has a restaurant, a pizza place, and then we ordered pizza, and it was just, I would probably give that place an amazing start. And then we went to M&M World and had some fun there. I got a few souvenirs from the area, and I would love to go back one day because Las Vegas is definitely a place that, and now that I know that there's some history that goes behind Las Vegas, and I will be delighted to tell you guys about it. So actually, Las Vegas actually wasn't, it wasn't like, sorry about that, I moved my foot. So, okay, so Las Vegas wasn't really like, like what you see of it today. It was actually, it became a town in 1905, and it was actually bought. The first hotel was the Flamingo, and it was bought out because it was under construction at the point, and Los Angeles mobster Benjamin Siegel actually came in and pretty much bought the guy out. So he pretty much owned it, and you have your. You had your entertainment, like, the dancing girls and whatnot, and or at least the showgirls and stuff. A-bomb, the most popular beverage was the A-bomb drink. That was like $1 or whatever, and you could play like roulette and poker and stuff like that. It was actually really cool. But also was, if you guys know who Elvis Presley is, he he actually called the Hilton, the new Hilton, I should say, his home. And Las Vegas actually has some pretty, I wouldn't say terrifying, but they do have some pretty good ghost stories to tell. The guy ran at me in the background. Oh yeah, sweet. But Benjamin Siegel actually was shot by a soldier. He was apparently they actually found they didn't really find his killer. His killer pretty much committed suicide and shot himself. But he actually, the killer shot Benjamin Siegel as he was reading, he was relaxing in his home. And he actually had a wife. Her name is Virginia Hill. You guys can probably, if you guys are big fans of Hollywood stars, you probably know who Virginia Hill is. But he was murdered. Like he was shot 5 times, and he actually died instantly from the gunshots. But apparently, we got a bakery. But apparently, the one, it goes pretty much farther than that. Elvis Presley, rock and roll king Elvis Presley, actually used to play in Vegas a lot, even though he lived in Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee, which I've been there too. It's a very amazing place. People kind of report seeing him in the elevators of the Hilton. And apparently, and of course, when it comes, and I also forgot to mention, the cool thing about Benjamin Siegel is that, he was apparently, I didn't see this, or at least I kind of forgot, I didn't know this about Benjamin Siegel, he was actually Jewish. Which is actually really amazing, because and he was a Los Angeles mobster, and he got funds from Meyer Lansky, a Los Angeles mobster as well. And you guys have probably heard of Meyer Lansky. And maybe in, let's say, like a movie or like a flick or whatever, you guys have probably heard of him. Heard of the Los Angeles mobster Meyer Lansky in like a gangster movie or a prohibition movie. But he was a real person, and he actually he didn't really run the mafia, but he did help, hold on, I gotta freaking do this, and then I'll tell you guys the rest of the story. I just forced him off the road, and I made him lose a lot of oh, the cop just drove sideways and he just got flipped over. Sorry, officer, but you shouldn't really be hitting my car then. Nope, too late. I got right in here faster. I got in here way early. So, as I was saying, about Vegas, pretty much how it was pretty much the first hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada was actually called the Flamingo, and it was being built around 1905. But apparently, as it was being, built and stuff, Los Angeles Los Angeles mobster Benjamin Siegel actually came into town, and actually, he didn't, really have well, he did have a vision. He said, I wonder if I could, make, Las Vegas, amazing. So he pretty much had the money, and he pretty much bought out the owner of the Flamingo when it was in construction. But they had their amazing grand opening and stuff, and apparently, I definitely do respect Benjamin Siegel, because he is one of my favorite Los Angeles mobsters. And that's the truth, actually. My top favorites are Meyer Lansky, Al Capone, definitely Al Capone, and Benjamin Siegel. But actually, there's actually a crime that goes to him. The person, let's just say he was killed, pretty much. I'm not gonna say, who killed him, because apparently that's how my video stopped the last time, so. But the cool thing about the Flamingo is, it ended up, it became a big hit in Vegas. It was a big, costs of it, for, the most popular drink you could get was something called an Avon. It was only $1. I mean, you could play, and you have you have good champagne, for alcohol. You have really good, you have dancing girls and stuff, because that's a big thing in Las Vegas, I know of. And you have famous singers like Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., to name a few, who actually played there and stuff, and of course, rock and roll king Elvis Presley. But apparently, during that time, oh my god, that scared the crap out of me, that engine did. Apparently, back when the Flamingo was being built, they legalized gambling, and it was during the Prohibition, where alcohol was illegal to drink and to have fun. You pretty much couldn't drink alcohol. It was prohibited, I guess. And so, a lot of gangsters, they would try to bootleg the alcohol, and, they would try to open, secret areas that the police wouldn't know about until or at least until they get caught. But here's what a lot of folks don't know, is that there was actually 3 prohibitions. Yes, it went from the 20s all the way from the 30s, and then and then it ended in 1940, I think, if I'm mistaken. You guys can correct me on that in the comments down below. But that's what a lot of people don't realize, is the Prohibition was a big thing in our American history. You have all the best gangsters in the world, putting hits, on people. They got their cool Tommy guns and the amazing suits and the fedoras and stuff. The gorgeous women and all that stuff, being their, being the spy and whatnot. And it's just, the 20s and 30s was pretty cool, but it also was, where, the banks were closing, and you couldn't really make any money until the Prohibition was over, and that was like a long time. When they ended it and whatnot. But now today, you see, all of the, if you live in Las Vegas, and if you always go down the Las Vegas Strip, think of it this way. Think of it as the father of Las Vegas, Benjamin Siegel, was actually the person that came up with the vision to have a legit Las Vegas Strip. So, you know, any of you guys that ever take a trip down to Vegas, to Las Vegas, Nevada, and if you guys ever walk down the Strip, you know, I don't know, I would say, you know, you know, you know, pay your respects to Benjamin Siegel, because, you know, if mostly it wasn't for his idea on the Las Vegas Strip, it wouldn't even be like that at all. But if you live in Tombstone, Arizona, on the other hand, which is where I'm gonna pretend out in the desert area, because that's where we're going next. I got some good, fascinating facts to tell you about Tombstone, Arizona, which is another place I'm hopefully going to visit in my lifetime. There's actually, if you ever seen the movie, you know, Tombstone, the movie, well, it's not really called the movie, but it's pretty much Tombstone. You know, a lot of those people, you know, that play those actors were actually real people. Like, Johnny Ringo, he was an actual outlaw. Ike Clanton was an actual person. Billy Clanton, he was an actual person. You know, Wyatt Earp, he was actually a legit legendary lawman. He was actually, if you guys ever visit Dodge City, Kansas, that's actually where he started becoming a lawman, and that's where he became legendary, and was Dodge City, Kansas, or Dodge City, Kansas. But also, you know, you also have Doc Holliday. He died in Colorado because he had tuberculosis, which is a tragedy, because Doc Holliday is a very famous character for being a part of the shootout at the OK Corral. But you know, Wyatt Earp was also the one who took out the entire, almost all of the cowboy gang members, the Cowboys. And you also have, you know, Virgil Earp, who is also a famous lawman. I think he was a law. I don't know much about Virgil, or I don't really know much about Virgil Earp, but I know he was a lawman. That's all I know. I don't know where he was, you know, like where he was as a lawman, but, you know, you guys can tell me that down below in the comments. But, Morgan Earp, he was, you know, he was kind of a nice person, you know. He was well dressed. He had, you know, he really had class, let's just say, just like Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday really had class, and he was one heck of a darn good poker player. But if you guys ever take a trip down to Tombstone, look at the building that's called the Birdcage Theater. I don't know, I'm getting teary-eyed for some reason. The Birdcage Theater was actually opened on Christmas Day, I think it was 1881 or 1882. And here's the fascinating fact. So, you would think that the New York Times wouldn't be around in that era, but it actually was. And it actually got a big, humongous 5-star review all the way across the country. And it opened, and it was one of the most, it was one of the most popular places to have fun. They had literally the best alcohol, the best champagne, the best booze, everything, and there was actually a pretty, I'm not even going to get into it because my video is just going to end anyway, so I don't want to anger any spirits that are residing in my house, but it's really amazing to know, especially about Wyatt Earp, Virgil Earp, Morgan Earp, and Doc Holliday. Those are like the top important people, and you can actually see it's not like the legit shootout, but it's an actual, you know, it's an actual, reenactment of the shootout, and it was actually settled in pretty much not even a long time. Actually, it was just, you got boom, 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 bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, and then done like that, like nothing. So, sorry. So, pretty much, Billy Clanton was shot in that area, in the OK Corral. Make sure my video is still on. There's also rumors, there's also, theories and rumors, which, hey, that's okay. It doesn't mean, that, some people's rumors are bad and some people's rumors are good. A lot of people, have their own theories and rumors, which is kind of, what you'd expect to see. It's just like, Amelia Earhart, people are still trying to figure out what happened to her. I mean, if she would have survived it, she would have made history. I know that for a fact. But yeah, it's really cool. It's actually, there's so much history, and, you can look inside of a saloon. Hands are watering again. So you can look inside of a saloon and literally just stand there and imagine yourself, and you can actually transport yourself back into their shoes, into the 1880s. Which is, oh God, why the hell are my eyes getting so dirty? Holy crap. I don't know if I'm crying or what, or sometimes controlling my feelings, but damn. Or my depression's just really high, holy cow. But yeah, it's actually quite amazing what, it's crazy, on, what people used to go through and, what it was like. Because that's every day, that's my question, it's like, what was the, what was it like in the 1800s? Was it cool? Was it amazing? Was it dull? Was it boring? I'm sure it was boring because they didn't have really, they only had like a certain amount of electricity. But they did have a projector. That's sort of, I guess, like you could say electricity. But, that was, you could actually thank Thomas Edison for making that, for making the projector. I can't remember if it was Thomas Edison or Tesla that made that, but I think it's Thomas Edison that made that. But you guys can look. Folks, did you just hear my southern accent? Did you guys hear me say that? I went but like that, that's weird. I'm not even from the South. I'm from the North, so I don't know why I got a Southern accent now. That's freaking weird. Whatever. But it's actually quite amazing. It's quite amazing, Hopefully the coronavirus will be over with, and I hope everybody was staying safe through this whole coronavirus pandemic, because I haven't even walked outside unless if we were going someplace. That's really the only other time I would be outside, but otherwise I've been inside the whole coronavirus pandemic. But yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. I would like, let me know what you guys want me to talk about next for like amazing, like American history or like Civil War history. I can tell you a little bit about the Civil War, or at least what I know of. Yeah, I mean, if you guys, let me know if you guys like my fascinating facts. Trust me, I don't blame you. Okay, so here's a story. Me and Ray's, we were actually doing a video, and I told a lot of people how you destroy a tank, or at least how you create a sticky bomb or whatever. And how you do it is you pretty much, if you've ever seen the scene from Saving Private Ryan, like how he makes a sticky bomb. So are you making that up? No, it's a legit thing. It's actually a legit bomb that you can make. But it was only during World War II. I don't know if they still have the products to make the bomb, but it's pretty intense. So what it requires, you pretty much take a standard GI sock, you put TNT in it, like explosive TNT, and you coat the whole thing with axle grease, and then you put a fuse in it, obviously, and then once you throw it, it'll stick right onto the rim and then put it on the rim of the tank, and then get down, obviously, because it's a bomb and it'll obviously explode. And apparently when it blows up, it'll knock the tracks off the tank, because that's the only way a tank can move. But if it doesn't have any tracks on it, it ain't gonna go nowhere. But which is amazing too, because it's actually crazy, and actually someone commented in the video or whatever saying, and it was a social studies teacher, where the teacher said, "Man, you should be a social studies teacher or like an American history teacher." Because, I was teaching them about, the ways of tanks and the German tanks and the American tanks and whatnot. I was also teaching them about, like, the battleships and stuff. And all that stuff. And get rammed behind it. Oh my god, that was a bad drift. Oh, jeez. Seriously, I can drift better. Actually, I can't really drift better than that because my cars aren't built for like that kind of stuff. So, I'm gonna show you what kind of car I can buy, and you guys can let me know if there's some James Bond fans in the chat, then you guys are probably gonna like this car. And if there's not, well, that's okay. If you guys don't know who James Bond is, he's actually, he's the original one, obviously passed away. But apparently the newer one is, he's not like the old one, that's for sure. So this is an Aston Martin DB5. This is actually the car that James Bond actually drove, except his was silver. So I'm going to paint that. Oh, it's already silver. Huh. Nice. So his was this color. And his also had a whole bunch of gadgets like machine guns and whatnot, which is really cool. Actually, this was the car used in the Cannonball Run as well. This is the one that Roger Moore drove in the Cannonball Run. And actually, that's a true fact. If you guys ever watch the Cannonball Run, you'll notice that this is actually one of the cars that they drove in the movie. And I know it's really silent, but hey, that's what it's a pretty fast little car for an Aston Martin, and I don't know much about Aston Martin. I don't know the founder of him or of Aston Martin, but I do know he's. I know these cars are rare. I know that for a fact. I know they're obviously rare and collectible. I think Aston Martin, is made in the United Kingdom. So let me know if any of you live in the UK. I'd like to know more about Aston Martin and the cars and stuff like that they used to make. Yep, and then the only thing I'm missing is the white suit or whatever that he wore, that the original James Bond wears. The one that I have in GTA 5. That's literally the only thing I'm missing. Like, not even joking. But it's still a nice experience. I mean, it's cool and all. You get they actually have a land. Hopefully I'll be getting the one, that new Need for Speed game that recently came out, the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. I've actually played that game before, and it's really fun. It's like literally a hoot of a game to play. Because, you know, you get to bust, well, actually, there's a lot, the street races are the most funnest, because, you know, you get to, you actually get to rip up the road, you get to run into cops, wreck them, completely wreck their cars. They actually have the slick top, they have the Crown Victoria, they have the slick top Taurus. I think, actually, I think they have I know they have a Ford Crown Victoria Police, they have a Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor, I know that for a fact. I know they have the blue police cruisers, they're like sheriff or state highway patrol. I know they have highway patrol, speed enforcement, rapid response, and I know they also have traffic enforcement.
I couldn't wait for nighttime when I was younger so I could sneak out for a race.
Yeah, I doubt that's true, Tyler. I doubt your mom would never let you get behind the wheel of an automobile because you probably weren't at the age to drive yet. Yeah, see that? Yeah, get roasted. Literally get freaking roasted, Tyler. Yeah, see that, folks? I just roasted Tyler Morgan, and he didn't even know it. But yeah, we're gonna end off this video, and I hope you enjoyed. I will definitely make sure to do more if you guys like me to do more. Actually, you know what? Just for the fun of it, we're gonna do a pursuit before we wrap it up. I want you guys to have some fun. Since apparently we
got two new garages for you kids. One's in Silver Canyon and the other's around Providence Mountain. What do you say? Time for a little splurge, am I right?
Wait, what? No, there's no way. I pretty much own all the garages in the map. There's no other map. There's no other garages that I know of. Unless if they're like an Easter egg or whatever. That's literally the only... Oh, wait, actually, there is a livery you can get for a James Bond car. Which is really cool. There's a Fenric missile. Look at that. A true James Bond car. In case if you guys don't know who James Bond is, that's kind of what he looks like on the door. That's his number. 700, because he always had a cool gun with him. He always had a silencer pistol, which is really amazing. That's what he always had in the movies, and I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I think he had. This car's obviously going to get white wall tires because it's a custom built type car, so it's going to get white stripes. Going to get like these kind of nice tires here. This is a rare car, so it's going to get the best of the best, in my opinion. It's going to get nice tires and stuff. Yeah, I mean, believe the rim's stock, because why not? We'll pretty much leave everything stock except for the tires. The tires are fine. Should put Bond on the back, that'd be kind of cool. Or, you know what, 700, that'd be cool. Wait, is that his number? Oh no, it's 007, okay. That's 700, okay. There we go. Now people will know that I'm... Now trust me, I don't have nothing against James Bond and stuff. I've never seen any of his movies, but I've heard a lot of good things about his movies, that they're actually really good movies, so... Sometime after this whole coronavirus crap blows over, you know, my dad's always been wanting me to go up there, but I can't because of coronavirus. Or at least until I get my COVID shot or whatever, and yeah, it's just... It's not good at all, but whatever. Okay. So right now the Firebird is at 430 horsepower. The Mustang is at 800. And the car, and my Ford Focus RS is at 1,013 horsepower. The Bel Air is still at 839, and my new car is at 282 horsepower. But if I could get like modifications on this car, like guns and stuff, that'd be like so cool. I'm gonna leave as much as I can stock because why not? And yeah, we're gonna put a new sound system in there though. Especially if, let's see, what kind of card do we got? Oh wow, we got a lot of options, holy cow. Yeah. Definitely stock. I don't understand. We're gonna put some nice LEDs in there. So then if we're driving, you know, if we're actually driving, you know, super brightly, then we know where to go at least. Then at least we know where to go. So, I'm not going to take the Bond car out yet until it's at least enough to tune it up at least. So yeah, we're gonna do a little chase or whatever. We might actually, you know what? Actually, why not? Why don't we just take the James Bond car out? I mean, it's not like the cops are gonna ruin it, because they probably will. Wish I had like red, like freaking neon, or red neon or whatever. That look like a white neon. That'd look pretty sick, or something like that. That would actually be really cool. Let's see, do I have any spare cars I could sell? Oh, I already had it. Okay, I guess I have a second Aston Martin. Yay! My Finn McMissile. My drag Firebird. So apparently I have my two Aston Martins now. I got my Finn McMissile for all you Cars fans out there, and then I got my James Bond car. No, we're not taking that. Oof. Oof, I don't know what to do. We're gonna wait until the 59 comes out, the one livery for that. And trust me, people hit extremely hard in the game. That's why I'm kind of staying out of it. But tomorrow, if you guys want me to play more of this, let me know down below in the comments or whatever, and I will certainly play more of this if you want. You know what? A rust color would look actually really cool on this car. To be honest. Like, to be perfectly frank and to be telling the truth, a rust color, rust would be really nice on this car. Cause it's like it's pretty much an off-road car at this point, but rust like that would be really cool. That's like a hot rod look right there. Something like this or whatever. But that's kind of cool. I might get that rust color because that actually looks really sick. I'm gonna get that like that sheriff rust color, or that like stock rust color. And I'm gonna get the rust bumper on it, everything's gonna be all rusty, and so it looks cool. So then, and then it might have white wall tires too, so it looks like an actual rust bucket. So then it looks like an actual, rust bucket. It looks old school. So then it looks like it's aged a lot. Can we get a white walls? We can get a white wall. Can we get a white wall? We cannot. Oh well, whatever. Put regular tires on it then, instead of the hideous monster truck tires. We'll put like regulars on it. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below in the comments. I'd love to know what you guys think of my rust bucket. Of the rusty, I'm gonna call it. What do you guys know? I'd like to know an idea from you guys down below in the comments. What do you think it should be called? Should it be called a rust bucket? Should it be called something else? Like what do you guys think? That's what it looks like stock, so. The rust is looking like it's an actual rusty Bel Air, which looks really cool. I'm gonna call it a rat. Because it technically is a rat rod if you think about it. I mean, if you think about it, this is kind of what you'd expect to see on a. This is kind of what you'd expect to see on a rat rod, is like a lot of freaking rust and shit. But the rust makes the car pop, so. So yeah, that's obviously a good thing, because, if you think about it, if you actually remember, if you see a lot of, like, old cars and stuff, they got that good, they got that, a lot of that, like, rust and stuff. And they're like rat rods and stuff like that. That's kind of what this car is. It's kind of like it's pretty much a rat rod at this point, but it's a powerful rat rod. It's got 839 horsepower, and it may look like a piece of crap on the outside or a hunk of junk on the outside, But on the inside, it looks really cool. You know. So we got the rat rod finished. Let's get on our way and let's see if we can get into a chase or something. Find out. Holy cow, this Beller's fast. This freaking Beller's freaking fast. Holy cow. Oh, this Beller, I can tell you this is Beller's name. $175 miles an hour right now. That's what we're sitting at, is 175 miles per hour. Well, if we get it up even higher to where it's a full upgrade, it would probably go up to almost 200 probably, if I'm not mistaken. That's the max speed of this car, so. 'No, you wouldn't expect a car like this to show up at a car show. But you know what? I would also expect to see it at a car show, because it's kind of like, it's kind of like, you know, like if you look around, you know, you see a lot of really cool cars with like the rust on them, like kind of like the rat rods and like the T-buckets and stuff. Yeah, and yeah, I know they got like the chop fenders and stuff off of a Ford Model A, and they turn it into a badass rat rod or whatever. How do you get this freaking water bottle open? That's what I don't get. What the hell? Oh. Fruit punch, my favorite. Okay. But yeah, you know, you see a lot of the old school cars and you're like, man, I wish I had one of those. Until you actually realize like how expensive it is, and you're like, yeah, I might need to save up in the future. Oh, how I love this Bel Air. It hits hella hard too. That's another good thing I like about it. Is that it hits really, it doesn't hit super violently, but it does hit pretty hard. And that's kind of rare for a Bel Air to hit hard like that. You need to be like over by the strip or something, because that's where that one area could be at. I really want to show you guys where that one drag class car before. Well, you know, I'm not really going to be jumping that ramp like an idiot. I'm going to pretty much be... Now this is an area I can actually drive to. I'm not going to fast travel there. The best part about fast traveling in this game is that it's free. Only if you unlock it or whatever. Then yeah, it's pretty much free. Free. So we're taking a good old cruise on the strip.
million as broke is the house. And any friend of the house is no friend of mine.
You said it, man. Where's it at? Alright, folks, get ready. Oh, perfect. Alright, folks, I'm going to show you how funny it is to watch to mess with the cops on this one. Boosh, boosh. And that's what happens. Oh God, I feel so bad for them. Oh, they're Chargers. Oh yeah, this should be fun. Oh, they got kill switchers. Oh yeah, good luck trying to catch me in those Chargers. Those Chargers ain't got nothing on me. Cause I'm on beat. I was like, what in the... Nope. Leave them in to eat my dust. Eat my dust, you stupid kill switchers. I can fly! Love it. Great enthusiasm, man. But why do they gotta have kill switches? That's what I don't understand. Like, the odds of them catching me are probably like slim to none, actually, at this point, because they're not. I know, freedom from those kill switch cops, that's really good. Those are like the one thing you guys do not want to have in this game, is kill switch cops. Kill switch cops they make it a hell of a lot harder. 14 ECU, I'll definitely take that. That's makes my car faster, so now instead of 800, I'll be at 848. 0 to 60 in 2.10 seconds. That's actually really fast. That's actually really fast for a 55 Bel Air, especially one this old. Yeah, that's pretty fast. Tomorrow I'm going to show you guys what it's like to be in online mode tomorrow night, and maybe if I'm still not tired, I'll probably do a video on the next Need for Speed game I have that I like playing and whatnot, and then the next day will probably be the next night will probably be a Lego game. Saturday maybe. Depends on what time we get home and stuff too. So that's just the schedule for this week's recording, video recordings and whatnot. There's actually an airfield too. We can actually go and watch planes. They actually have planes that take off from the airfield as well, which is another amazing thing. Here, I'll show you guys here. Let me know if we got any plane lovers that love, watching aircrafts take off, because aircrafts are pretty cool. right down here's the freaking... Right down here should be the airfield. Yes, it is. Yep, right here's the airfield. Yep, it is. We're gonna watch some airplanes take off for the final part of the video. Look at these big jets. These are 747s, I believe. And actually, one of... Oh, see, look at that. There goes one right now. One of them just took off. I know we're going to be watching some good planes. I got a good bird's eye view on where the planes take off at, so... Oh, hush up, AI. There's another aircraft that just landed, or that just took off. They do it every like every 5 seconds, I think an aircraft takes off. Like they take off, it's like the Minneapolis airport. One takes off here, the other one takes off there. They pretty much, they take off from both areas of the runway. Look at this. I mean, you can't go in the airfield. I wish you could, because that would be amazing. But it's a legit working airfield, so I don't think you could really do that. I don't think you could go in and... But yeah, you could literally sit here for hours and hours and hours just watching planes take off. It's so cool. Oh, there's one right there. And I think all of those people I think all of these are most likely passenger planes. I think that one that we're looking at right there, I think it's a presidential airline jet that transports the president. Oh, there goes one right there. Oh, he's taxiing down the runway. And he just took off. Yeah, like I said, you know, you could literally sit here for hours and hours and hours in this game and just sit there and just watch planes take off. It's so amazing. I do wish there wasn't a way where you can actually get into the gates. But, you know, the odds of that are probably like slim to none, most likely. Because, you know, there's no other. I've really looked everywhere in the not in the airfield, but around the airfield to find an entrance. And yeah, you can't really get into the entrance area. So yeah, so we're gonna drive back to the garage, and then we're gonna call the video. Call the video quits. Oh, there's just another plane that just took off. So the nearest garage is all the way right there. Let me know if you want me to play the crew too and do a car show with some people. You know, like with Ray's or like, you know, with Ray's, Hunter, or and my cousin. You know, and then we go on a cruise and we take our old cars out on Route 66. On the mother road of all, on the legendary mother road of Route 66, because that would be cool. You know, there's another. I'm getting the box. Oh my god, that one flew through the sign! Oh my god, that one just murdered an AI driver. No, that's... Well, that... We got a freaking kill switch officer. Alright, it's about to go down now. Oh, Mr. Kill Switcher, you want a drag race? Alright, let's drag race, bro. Let's see some tires up. No, no, no. Do not let them pass, you folks. When it comes to the kill switchers, do not let them pass, because if you let them pass, they're gonna, and if they get right on the side of your engine block, they can kill switch it and shut the engine down. Eastbound and down, booted up and trucking, and you officers just got. Burned!
Maybe next time.
You know what, officers? Maybe next time. Hell, maybe you won't get me next time. When I have this Bel Air, there is a 150% chance the police will not be able to catch me. Hey, level 15 gearbox. I'll take that. Hell yeah. So now I'm inside at 865. It's only like halfway at 900. Okay, folks, we're gonna freaking drive back there. Hopefully we don't spawn into another freaking box. And you know what? The funny thing is, there's an actual person, or there's an actual